It's now been 3 weeks since the release of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the long-awaited sequel from the 2018 game, and what are people saying about it? Well, obviously, as you can tell, on February 4th, it splashed out onto the scene and got people really excited early. But now, after 3 weeks, what are people saying? And I guess at the end of the day, is it worth your time in playing? The first is just a quick little overview of what you might need to know, and then the second and third is breaking down actual mechanics of the game if you want to take it further. Now, if you are a fan of Deliverance 1 and should you check out Deliverance 2, well, if you enjoyed the game, I would say absolutely yes, because it's like that, but then so many more elements for character exploration. Now, is this game for everyone? The short answer is no. If you're the type of person who just likes hanging out, let me throw on Call of Duty for like an hour because that's all I have, well then maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is not for you, because this is a massive world with a massive story and so many things that you need to learn. Where in something like Call of Duty, you might have to grind up and get weapon unlocks that help your character play a little bit better, or let's say Final Fantasy, where you just need to level up your skills. This one adds a whole nother element where even something like lockpicking or fighting, you literally need time in the game to physically practice your dexterity to get better at the different mechanics. And it does start getting a lot of fun, but once you're getting through the story and practicing all these and the side quests, it's probably like 20 hours into the game before you're really starting to get that click moment like, okay, yes, I'm loving this playstyle. So if you are that more type of casual gamer who you just don't simply have the time for that, then maybe it's better to skip this or know that it's going to be a really long grind if you like this type of RPG. In this first-person open-world action RPG, it's all about realistic medieval life, so that means no magic, no dragons, just sword fights, political intrigue, and survival. Just like last time, you play as Henry, a blacksmith's son who lost his home and family to war. With no special powers or noble blood, you have to rely on your skills, wit, and alliances to make your way in a world that doesn't care if you live or die. Now, one of the standout features in this game is the combat system. It is unique. You're not just spamming attacks like you would in traditional RPGs. You really have to figure out the best way to deliver those attacks. You need to make sure you're timing your strikes, attacking from different angles, parrying, countering, and even pulling off combos, kind of like a medieval fighting game. But it's not only about combat mechanics or picking locks, you also have to do things like stealth, talk politics, but overall, there's just a big story that you need to play through. All missions and quests have multiple ways to complete them, so if you'd rather talk your way out of trouble instead of fighting, you have that option too. You can also jump on a horse and get out of there if things are getting a bit too squirrely. They also have cutscenes that lead you into different instances, and main quests as well as side quests, so if you're the type of player that you just need to get this game as quickly as possible knowing the story, you have that option. Or if you've got lots of time and want to unlock absolutely everything and do every single side quest to get extra gear and items and unlock the full story, well, you have that option too. And let's not forget about Mutt. He's your trusty dog companion. Not only can you pet him, but he'll help in combat, track enemies, and warn you of danger. So you can fight alongside your own medieval good boy. The game itself is set in Bohemia in 1403 during the late Middle Ages. This period of time was full of chaos, shifting power, and brutal wars, and the story picks up right where the first game left off. Now your mission is to find allies and help restore the rightful and one true king to the throne. And what's cool about this RPG is you're actually learning history as you're playing it, because from the combat systems, instances, and all the little side quests, they aim to tie everything to historical events. But because people actually did believe in magic and potions and stuff like that back in this time, you'll be able to brew potions and use medieval medicine, and that's kind of the closest thing we have to magic in this game. Next up is the common question, do I need to play the first one in order to play number 2? Well, you definitely don't have to because of all the time involved in it. I mean, if you've got a lot of extra time and want to learn the story that way, by all means go for it. But what I recommend is going on YouTube and just watching a quick summary of the first game, just so you have a bit of the story and themes, but you definitely don't need to. You can just dive right into the action. So then, speaking of that, how does the gameplay actually compare to the first one? Well, after 7 years, there's going to be no surprise that the graphics and gameplay have just gotten dramatically better. The NPCs are no longer lagging, everything's really fluid, and if you have like a fight instance, you actually feel like you're there in the fight, and like we were talking about earlier, you have to actually get your character around being beaten by parrying and making sure you nail your punches. Between that and the overall story, they've really just brought up the level of this game, giving you such a unique RPG experience. The world itself feels more alive, with improved AI, more detailed environments, and better NPC interactions. Plus, the story is shaping up to be even more engaging, with more dilemmas, political political schemes and high-stakes action that you'll face in your side quests and even the main storyline. And hunting is not a side quest anymore, but it's still something that you can do to improve your marksmanship. Now, although we're hearing there's still some bugs on console, overall we're getting great community reviews on this one, and everyone is having a blast playing it. So I think at the end of the day, if you've been on the fence, I think it's definitely worth a try. Just know that it's going to take some time to learn the different mechanics, but if you don't mind this type of slow building story where you can put, 20 or 100 hours or more into this game, this one is definitely worth the checkout.